Hello, everybody. Welcome to August 25th cooking class. Tonight we are making mini Southwest Chipotle. They call them pizzas. It's really like a tostada. It's going to be like a little Mexican pizza. And with that, we're making a recipe that I invented just last week. We're making some Mexican corn and zucchini. Last week I just was craving some corn and I didn't know what to do with it. So I whipped it up and it was so good. And so we're making that. For those of you that were with me at Bunko and I was like losing my mind how good my dinner was, I was eating this. And then if you want to stick around at the very end, we will be making a Dole Whip Frozen Lemonade in a blender. That's optional. You don't have to do it. I want to respect everybody's time, but it's hot and it sounded good and it's summer, so why not, right? So a couple things I want to go over real quick. I just want to tell everybody, remind some of you, that the purpose of these cooking classes is for life skills. That's kind of what we do, what we work on at TRS. And also, we really treat this, I really treat this like a group experience. So because we want people to be independent and safe and follow directions, we take our time. And some of you are by yourselves, and that's amazing. And some of you have a ton of help at home, and that's also amazing. But we have to make sure that we're helping everybody in between. So there is time where we're hanging out and we're waiting to finish for people to finish chopping or do whatever. And that's just fine. And you're free to just hang out with us. And then if it gets too long, then you're free to leave. So whatever works for you, but I just want you to understand that that's what we're doing is we're really promoting independence and making sure that people are having a successful experience wherever they're at, right? We never leave a man behind. I wouldn't want to be left behind. So that's just really important. The second thing I want to make sure we talk about is safety. I can't see you guys. I wish I could, but then I'd be this big and you couldn't see me. So that's why we do it this way. So I'm trusting you guys that you're keeping your burners under control, use hot pads when you need to, we wash our hands, we're very safe with knives, things like that, because really safety is that's our number 2 concern after independence. No, 1, 2, same, equal. So make sure you guys are being safe. And we don't have to cook any meat tonight, so that's good. But when we do, we always talk about like when it's done. We want to make sure that everybody is eating healthy food, enjoying themselves, has 10 fingers if you started with 10 fingers, that kind of thing. And then one more thing, and then off we go. I sent out a survey recently about cooking class, and I 100% take every single response that I got from you guys or whoever else. I take it very, very seriously. So I just want you to know that with these recipes, I try to pick very simple recipes, but also ones that teach us things, right? Because that's what we're doing. We're teaching life skills. We can make sandwiches, we can make salad, we can make pancakes, but that's not what we're doing. That's not really challenging ourselves and promoting the independence that we want to have. We want to try new things. We want to learn new skills. So it's this delicate little balance that I strive to find an easy-ish recipe that's not going to take us forever. And it's a gamble. We never know how it's going to go. So just so you guys know, that's the thought that goes into it. We are also going to be adding a healthy lunch experience in September. That was a request. So you guys know I like to eat really healthy and I'm kind of freaky about my food. So we're making a healthy lunch, which will hopefully be a little bit quicker than these. And we're also going to start earlier in September. We're going to start at 4:30. So hopefully we'll be done with dinner by 7, like done eating by 7. So that's all the news, I think. So first thing, always when we cook is we got to wash our hands. Even if you feel like you washed your hands 5-10 minutes ago, but you've been touching a bunch of stuff, wash them again. It's just a good idea. So here we go. We're washing our hands. And I still don't have a theme song. Oh my gosh, you guys. That's all right. 20 seconds, warm water. Someone's going to write me a theme song. The hand washing TRS quarantine crew theme song. Okay. I'm going to shut this curtain. It's so bright. There's sun. You guys, I can see the sun. Maybe the smoke's going away. Wouldn't that be so nice? Look at my lovely flowers. My husband bought me flowers because today is 8 years. 8 years from our first date. Isn't that cute? Okay. All right, friends. I didn't even finish getting out all my supplies. So if you got your stuff out, you're ahead of me. But we'll do it together just in case. So the first thing we're going to do, like I put on the shopping list, I got fresh corn because I love fresh corn. And it's corn season. It's like 3 for $1. So we're going to start with the corn because I need to cook mine. And I'm assuming some of you need to cook yours. Garbage bowl, you guys. This is my favorite thing. I never used a garbage bowl until virtual cooking classes, and now I can't get enough. So if you don't use a garbage bowl and you've never used a garbage bowl, I recommend you try it. It's so nice. So I'm going to shuck my corn. For those of you that have canned corn or frozen corn or whatever, open your corn. Why not? I'm just going to shuck real fast. And if you need to shuck, learn how to shuck, you just grab and pull and peel. And then if there's a nubbins on the bottom of your corn, you just kind of rip it off. It's like my strong arm power. And then there's all this string on here, so I'm just going to grab it off. I'm going to do 2 because I love corn. I'll save the other one for my kid. Oh, I might as well cook it though, right? Why would I not cook it? That would be silly. Okay, shucking. Anybody else have fresh corn out there? This is why I love the chat, you guys, is for you to tell me what you got going on. So I know. Am I the only one shucking? Who's shucking? Well, maybe you can't tell me because you're shucking. Jimmy cracked corn and I don't care. I have to sing it every time. Jimmy cracked corn and I don't care. Oh, good. Some of you do. Jimmy cracked corn and I don't care. My master's gone away. Every time, that's the song that's in my head. No fresh corn. Ah, shucks. You're done with yours. That's okay. Ha, I got it. Oh, shucks. Stop it. That's funny. Okay, one more. Ah, shucks. I'm doing 3 because I want leftovers. So, oh, you already shucked. That's what I'm going to say. You don't need 3. I just have 3. I'm just cooking them all because I can. So, for those of us that have fresh corn, we're going to get a big pot of water and cook our corn. Come here, corn. Yeah, so if you're already shucked, you're probably not cooked. So, I'm going to dump my garbage bowl already. You got a can? Yeah, go ahead and drain it. Anyone that has, oh, nice. Anyone that has canned corn or frozen corn, why don't you go ahead and, since we have to cook, hold on, let me just make sure, you guys, my phone is such a mess. My phone is a mess today. I don't know. Canned corn, frozen corn. Go ahead, open the can, get the frozen corn out, let it defrost a little bit. Yeah, do all those things. Corn pot. Okay, if you're cooking corn like me, all right. Yeah. I'm going to put it in this big old pot and put a bunch of water on top of it. And I learned a little secret the other day. I'll show you in a second with my corn. Like mystery. There's mystery sticky going on over here. I don't speak mystery sticky. So when you put water in your corn pot, the corn floats. I don't want it to float. I want it to stay down in the water. So I'm going to take a little measuring cup. You could get a bowl, something like that. I'm going to put some water in here, and it's going to smush my corn down. It's my new secret. It's so smart. I'm so smart. Whoa. You might have to experiment. Mine's bobbing. Don't bob. Okay, here we go. I got corn in a pot and my measuring cup holding my corn under the water. I'm going to put this on a back burner. Just let it sit and cook for a while. Stay. Stay, corn. Stay under. You are really trying to mess with me. Okay. And then I'm going to put my burner on I'm going to put it on 7, medium high. Because we want the water to get hot and cook this corn while we do some other stuff. Stay. There we go. Got it. We're all under the water. Let me look back and see who's cooking corn with me. Oh, so the Shandies, you guys have to cook yours still. That's good. Brittany, Nikki, Momo. Cool. Okay. So Uh-huh. My stove tried to get me. Okay. So I'm just going to keep going. If you're shucking corn and cooking corn and you need me to wait, let me know. But I think most of you have already prepared corn. If it's already cooked, like my mom's is pre-cooked, and it's still on the cob, I'm going to cut mine off. So you don't have to do it yet. We'll do it together. Okay? So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my zucchinis. Got my corn in the pot. Good. Okay. Good, good, good. So we're going to get 2 zucchinis. Let me get them out of the fridge. I didn't get them out yet. Okay. Rinse off your zucchinis. Always washing our veggies, especially the ones that literally grow in the dirt. If you have whatever corn you have, if it's frozen or canned, don't cook it yet, because this corn that's coming off the cob, for those of us that have fresh corn, we are going to cook it again, and that's when you'll join us in. So anyone with frozen corn, canned corn, or already cut, cooked corn, just hang on to it. Just hang on to it. Sab, your messaging is only going to me. You got to change your thing to say to all panelists and attendees, because your friends can't see your messages. Okay. 2 washed zucchini. Momo's corn is in the pot. Good. Okay, so we need to dissect this zucchini. So let's chat about knives, shall we? When you pick your knives, I recommend that you pick a little bit bigger maybe than you might be comfortable with, because the bigger the knife, the more control you have. A smaller knife, you might have to work really hard, and I don't want you to have to work really hard. But with zucchinis, they're kind of soft, and they're not gigantic, at least these ones are. So you don't need anything too crazy. Let me show you what I'm going to use. Let me figure out what I'm going to use. I'm going to use this guy. It's a little bigger than a steak knife, but it's not gigantic. Here, I'll show you in comparison to my zucchini. That's what I'm going to use. Okay? And I'm also going to get a little bowl to put this in so that it's not in our way. We're not going to cook it yet. We're just prepping. Just so you guys know that are new to cooking with me, I like to prep so that we look like a little cooking show when we're done. We just dump, 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 and everything's easy. So I just got like a little cereal bowl for my zucchini. My corn is like, it's making noise. I like it. Okay. We ready? We're ready for zucchini chopping? Give me a couple yeses, just so I know most of you are ready. Yes, yes, yes. I love yeses. Yay! Good. Good, 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 good. Okay, perfect. Perf. All right, friends. So, with our zucchinis, we're going to dice them. So dicing is a fancy word for little pieces. So I'm going to cut the end off my zucchini. The little nubbins on both ends. We don't want a garbage bowl. And then my next step is to cut them in thickish slices. Not crazy thick. I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do like that. So it's like the width of my finger maybe. Nothing too crazy. But we're going to cut the whole zucchini into slices like this. They don't have to be perfect. They just have to be cut. Just going to look at my corn every now and again. I'm just going to do one, and then I'll show you, and then we will all just cut our zucchinis together. So I got a whole pile of slices here. Zucchini slices. Now I'm going to take each one. I'll do one to show you. And I'm going to cut it in half down the middle. And then I'm going to turn it. And depending on the width of your zucchini, you can either cut it in half again. And then you'll have juggling. You'll have just like 4 pie pieces. Sorry, you guys, it's so professional. Really needs to go away. Okay. Or if your zucchini is really, really thick, the other thing you can do is cut it in half. And then you can cut the next piece with 2 cuts. So that's what that would look like. So I did half across the middle and then turned it and then 2 cuts. So they're just a little bit smaller, but it doesn't really matter. Whatever you guys want to do is how you're going to do it. I'll show you that one again real quick. Cut it in half and then turn it sideways. And then it's just kind of guessing. It's like a little bit to the side of the half and then a little bit to the side of the other half. Okay? That's kind of what my cuts look like. Can you guys see the lines? Okay? That's what we're going to do. We're going to chop. Chop your zucchini. Well, dice. Dice your zucchini. And if you get really excited, you can stack them and do 2 at a time. 2 slices at a time. If you're comfortable with that. Don't do anything you're not comfortable doing. But I like to stack mine. Zucchinis are pretty darn soft, so they're pretty easy to cut. The more you guys cut things, the more comfortable you'll get with a knife. So if it makes you a little bit nervous, I get it, but challenge yourself. Just be safe. Oh, here's another thing I didn't tell you. This is a secret. When you're cutting things like this that are flat on the table, I always tell when we do cooking class, in person, I make a bridge with my fingers and I hold the opposite sides and then I put the knife in the middle underneath the bridge. And that way my fingers are nowhere near the knife, but I'm still holding on to the food that I'm cutting. So switch, and then I make the bridge. Like that. If you need to. If it's like, you know, moving around on you. Okay, zucchini number 2, same thing. My corn water is getting bubbly, baby bubbles. Cut, cut, cut. How's it going, friends? Doing good? Let me know when you guys are done so I know you're done. You can even, oh, you know what? I did a webinar yesterday and it was so great. The guy was like, put a Z when you're done. Or like, put an S for this or whatever. So when you're done, put Z for zucchini. Then I'll know you're done. Isn't that fun? I don't know why I love it so much. Then you don't have to worry about how to spell. You can just put Z. That's a lot of zucchini. We're going to make a lot of veggies. Oh, we got 1 Z. Isn't that fun, Mikey? Why is that so fun? I love it. Very good. Big, giant bowl of zucchini. This is a ton. Oh, another Z. It's a ton. I love it. I love veggies. Phil brought me home a little bevy this afternoon, and I haven't even had time to drink it yet. I think it's chai. Ooh, it's very chai. Good. Okay. I'm going to leave this knife out. I like this knife because we have to chop some. We got to chop a tomato later. Rocking it, baby. Rocking it. Z, Z, Z. I love the Z's. Good, good. Remember, hit me with the Z when you're done with your zucchini. Put this in the fridge. There's a Z. Awesome, friends. Good job, good job. For those of you that are, when you finish your zucchini, and if you have corn on the stove, just look at it. It's fun to look at. If you do have something holding your zucchini, your corn down, you don't need to mess with it. If your corn's floating to the top, you might want to roll it. All right. So remember, as you finish with your zucchini, you can let me know you're finished, done, or you can just put the letter Z. Z for zucchini. So fun. I'm going to be doing that all night. Just be ready. Gabby's done. How's school, Gabby? I miss you at exercise. You got to do the YouTube ones for PE. Awesome sauce. We got a bunch of Z's coming in, finished coming in. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Thanks, Gabby. What's today? Today's only Tuesday? It's like the longest week ever, and it's only Tuesday. Done! Jordan, you showed up. You didn't want to put Z. Spell the whole word. Just kidding. I don't even know. You guys, this is so nice tonight. I don't even know that we need the whiteboard. Oh, we will later. But barely. Barely. My corn is starting to boil. Tina's done. Good. I'm just going to wait for a few more zucchinis to be done. And then we will press on. Press on, press on. We're actually done prepping this recipe, you guys, until our corn is done. For those of us cooking corn, we're done prepping it, except for that. Isn't that great? Don't need you till later. All right. Oh, good. There's some more. Okay, perfect. So we're just going to do some more prep because, oh, my corn kicked off my measuring cup. How dare you? Get back in there. There we go. Stay. Funny. We're going to do a little bit more prep for our little Southwest pizzas, our tostadas, whatever we want to call them, so that we're ready. So we need to chop up a tomato. And if you were able to buy shredded lettuce, great. I don't like shredded lettuce, so I got some cabbage that I'm going to shred up. So that's what we're doing next is lettuce and tomato. All right. Now, the tomatoes, real quick, we're going to wash it, of course. We're only doing enough tomato as you need for toppings for your pizzas. So I have a gigantic tomato. I do not, there's 2 of me eating tonight. We don't need all this tomato. So I'm just going to do half of it. But I know some of you have like 4 people. Some of you even have like 8 people in your house. So cut up as much tomato as you need, but we'll still talk about how to do it. So I have a sticker on mine. Peel off the sticker. I'm going to wash my tomato and we'll start chopping. Garbage full. And I'm also going to get a little bowl to put my tomato pieces in. So if you're only cooking for 1 or 2 people, you only need a half. At least, maybe even less than that. So I'm just going to cut mine in half, put the other one away. I like to clean as I go, you guys. It's so nice at the end of the night. It only takes like 10 more seconds to just throw it back in the fridge, you know? So half a tomato. If you're doing a whole one, great. Cut it in half anyways because you'll need to. So when I cut tomatoes, I prefer slices. Makes them easier to make little pieces out of. So I'm going to stand it up. Even if you cut it in half, if you still have a whole one, you can do slices all the way down. So I'm going to hold on to this half and do slices. If you like big pieces, make big slices. If you like little pieces, make little slices. Whatever you like. You just really got to make sure you keep those fingers tucked back. You got to hold on to it. When you get down to the end, it gets kind of tricky. And that's where making a bridge, it might work. Yeah, it's working. And just kind of, I'm holding it on either side with the knife in the middle. Okay, so we got slices. And some of them are wacky. Look, it's like skinny at the top and fat at the bottom. It don't matter. So then I'm going to lay my slices down on the counter. I don't like the stemmy part. I like the little stemmy nubbins part. I'm going to cut that out. I like to make a little V and cut that out. So I'm just going to V and V. Now it looks like a little heart or Pac-Man. So you're going to take your slice, and what I like to do is cut stripes down one way. I'm going to do that right now. Stripes down one way, and it starts to fall apart, you guys. It's so fine. Just hold it together. It doesn't even have to be perfect. And then I turn the whole thing around, all my stripes, and now I'm going to do stripes going the other way. Just straight lines or crooked lines, whatever you happen to get. Let me put them in this bowl so you can see. Well, I'll just put it in my hand. That's the size I got. And that's just by doing stripes, 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 and then stripes the other way. Okay? And you might think, oh, I'm going to use this whole tomato. But maybe once you start putting it in your bowl and you see how much a half a tomato is, maybe you'll decide you don't need all that tomato. If you cut too much tomato, just have a salad tomorrow. It'll be fine. So stripes down one way. Turn the whole thing. So the stripes are now facing this way. And now I'm going to do stripes going the other way. My corn's looking good. And this is my wedge that had a really fat bottom. So I'm going to lay these pieces down and cut them in half again because they're a bit gigantic. Take out my stem piece. And you guys, your knife makes a nice little scraper sometimes. You just kind of scoop it up in your hand. Yeah, see? This is only 2 slices. It's a ton of tomato. It's a ton. But I'll cut the rest. We eat a lot of veggies around here. And some of this tomato has a lot of seeds. So when I cut the stripes, it just kind of smashes together. And it's fine. We don't strive for perfection around here. We strive for tasty. The seeds are like falling out. Come on out. Okay, I'm at the end. With the ends, doesn't matter. With the end pieces, you're going to want to lay the inside down and leave the round side up so that it doesn't slide around. Brittany and Amber, you figured it out. You put a T for tomato and you're done. Girls, if I had a prize to throw at you right now, I would throw it at you. But yeah, so if you want to lay the skin side up because otherwise it's slippy and it'll move all over your cutting board. There we go. So when you're done, you'll probably want to wipe up your tomato seeds. T and L. Tomato and lettuce. Ha! I gotta do mine still. You, Mom. I got you. I got you. Okay, so I'm gonna wipe up my seeds. I'm assuming because I put shredded lettuce on there, you guys have shredded lettuce. So I'm gonna do my cabbage. And if you need to do your lettuce with me, that'll be great. And if not, you can just keep chopping your tomatoes. The corn's looking pretty good. We're just gonna let it cook. There went my little pampered chef goals, Karen. I just knocked them all over. Overachiever, who, you or me? So if you have lettuce or cabbage to shred, I'm just going to knock this out real quick. I'm going to peel off my outside layer because I don't want it. And I'm just going to cut like a little wedge of it. The shredded lettuce, you guys, is truly just a topping for your tacos, pizzas, whatever, so you do not need a lot. Unless you want a mound of lettuce on your little pizza thing, which I don't. So I'm just going to do a little bit. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. How about a cabbage? Okay. And then I'm just going to take my knife and make little strips. If you have lettuce that you're doing this with, it's truly just thin, thin, thin little pieces of lettuce. Or cabbage. Mine's cabbage. And I brought this huge bowl. Why did I get this gigantic bowl? Whatever. So when you guys are done with your tomato, put a T in there so I know. Oh, we got an L from Brittany for her lettuce. So smart. You guys are ahead of me. I taught you a new game. And then the player became the leader. What's the thing? Is that a thing? The player became the coach. Yeah. Okay. Okay. There's my shreddeds. My shreddeds. Very good. So we're going to set all this stuff aside because it's for the very, very, very end. Is the tomato and the lettuce are the very end. The zucchini. We're going to use the zucchini soon. Is there anything else we have to prep? Wow. We don't have anything else to prep, you guys. That's so cool. So the zucchini you can leave here. We're going to need it. My corn looks good. I might turn it off. I'm just staring at corn, you guys. I know what we're going to do. I know what we're going to do. So let me know when you're done with your T and your L, your tomato and your lettuce. And then we're going to move on. TL. That's fun. It makes me way more happier than it needs to. The two little letters. I'm like, that's so fun. T through L. Perfect. I love it, I love it, I love it. Good. Good. So I think we're done chopping. Oh, well, we're going to need a knife. For those of us that cooked corn, we're going to need a knife. I'm going to keep this one and we'll see if I have to change my mind later. Okay. You guys are awesome. All right, so here's what we're going to do. First time ever, we're going to use the oven, but only for 5 minutes. And it's not a horribly hot day, so hopefully it won't ruin everything. So we're going to turn our ovens on to 400 degrees. I promise you we're only going to use it for 5 minutes. So I have my Pampered Chef stoneware. I should represent them and then have them send me free products, right? In my oven. So I'm going to take that out. Make sure your oven's empty. Some of us store stuff in there. You want 400 degrees. 400. You're still shredding lettuce. No problem, Mama. Turn your oven on real quick just so it gets warm while you shred your lettuce. We won't leave you. We won't leave you behind. And you don't need a ton, babe. Just do enough to top your tacos, you know. You can even rip it. That's how I used to shred my lettuce. Yeah, that's fine. So for those of us cooking corn, I'm going to turn mine off. I think. Yeah, I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to let it sit in the hot water, though, to keep cooking, but I'm going to turn mine off. So if you have boiling water with your corn, go ahead and turn it off. Okay, next thing, we're going to get our tortillas out. So if you're still shredding lettuce, cutting tomato, that's okay. We're just going to grab tortillas. And you were supposed to get 6 inches. What do we do with the corn? Katina, what is your corn? Is it frozen, canned, on the cob? Tell me what kind of corn you have so I can answer your question better. In a can. If it's in a can, you can empty your can, dump out the water, and just let it be there. It can sit in a can, it can sit in a bowl. That's all you're going to do with it right now. You're ahead of us, actually, because my corn is still on a cob. And if it's frozen, just pull it out. No, I don't, Mom. Test my corn. Because I'm going to cook it more later. I just look at it. I've never tested it that way. That's funny. It's yellow, and it didn't used to be yellow. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, look at that. It went right in. If you're wondering, oh, those are so cute, Jordan, the smaller tortilla. If you're wondering about your corn and you're cooking it in a pot, you can stick a knife in the kernel and make sure it's soft. Yes, Gabby, 400 degrees. Corn in the can, Katina. Dump out the water, open it up. Mark, you don't really want your corn in a saucepan. We're not going to cook it in a saucepan. So you can leave it in there, but don't turn it on. We're going to put it in a frying pan later. So just leave it for now. So everyone's oven's 400 degrees. So here's what I need from you all. When you're ready and you have your tortillas and you're done prepping your veggies and you've turned on your oven, give me, can you just put 400 in there? I don't know why, it makes me happy. Then I know you have the right temperature. Give me a 400 if you're like me, ready to go. You guys, when I put these videos on YouTube, it like chooses the little, it's called a thumbnail. It chooses that little picture for me, and they're always awful. And sometimes when I'm like this, like joking, I'm like, man, why can't that be the thumbnail? And not me like, so funny. Look at all these 400s. Yes, yes, yes. You guys are spot on. Yay. Nice. Good, good, good. Good. Amanda, are you 400, girl? If you are, you look good. $400 me, sister. That's okay. The street taco ones are so cute, Mom. Jordan has the same ones. They're so cute. I almost got the street taco one. Actually, I think I have some in the fridge, but they're probably like 6 months old. But they're so cute. You'll just have to, it'll be like little sliders. They're so cute. I almost bought them. And I'm like, no, follow the instructions. They're fun. Anyways. Okay, what are we doing with the oven? Because we're putting the tortillas in. I don't have the tortillas yet. Oh, yes, we're just cooking them for 5 minutes, Amanda, so don't even worry about it. Okay, friends, here's what we're doing with tortillas. What it says to do is to put them directly on the rack in your oven. And so if you're comfortable doing that, great. If you would rather put them on a cookie sheet, that's fine too. You may, if you're going to do that, you might want to put a piece of tin foil. They shouldn't stick. They're corn tortillas. But I'm going to use some tongs. And I'm going to put them directly on my oven rack. But what I'm going to do before I put them in is I'm going to get plates out so that when they come out, I can put them right on the plate and we don't have to dirty a bunch more stuff. So however many people you're feeding, you can get that many plates out, or you can get a big plate, or if you want to cook them on a cookie sheet, that's fine too. Whatever works for you. Remember, if you're cooking your corn in the pot, if it's on the cob, not if it was in a can, but if you have corn on the cob, check them, stick a knife in a kernel. My mom just taught me that. And turn them off and let them sit in the hot water. Okay. I'm getting 2 dinner plates. And these are for when the tortillas come out of the oven. Showing a little bit of our corn in the pot, right? Good. Okay, cool. Okay, tostada shells, that's fun. That'll work. You don't have to cook them then. You guys can turn your oven back off. So, I'm just going to set these over here. So, I'm going to go ahead and make 4. What does it ask for? I guess it asks for 4. So as many people as you're feeding, that's how many you want. If you have the little babies, the little street taco babies, then you're going to want probably at least 2 per person. Mark, I see that you're working on your lettuce, and that's okay, hon, but turn on your oven so at least you can cook these. You can go back and forth. So I'm going to cook 4. This one's like folded. That's fun. So as many as you need. They smell funny. And we're going to cook them for 5 minutes. So I'm going to use my tongs and I'm going to spread them out in the oven. So now you guys, this is one of those things, before we get crazy, you've already gone bananas, good for you. This is one of those things where my timer is going to be my timer. And when I shut my oven door, it might not be when you shut your oven door. So put your tortillas safely in the oven, either with tongs or on a tray. If you're nervous, please use oven mitts or hot pads. Please be safe. And when you shut the oven door, set a timer for 5 minutes. That's your timer. I'll tell you when mine goes off, but it might be different. So I'm going to put mine in. Here I go. You don't need to put them all the way in the back. Just lay them so they're easy to get to. This is just to crisp them up. Mind you, we could have bought tostada shells, but that's boring. I've never done this before. Why not do something new, right? In they go. Okay. They're going to get crispy. So mine kind of like curved in, and I moved them so they stayed flat. Timer, 5 minutes. Start. So we're not going to do anything too crazy while these are cooking because I don't want people to get distracted and feel freaky about their oven timers going off. So if you're still cutting lettuce or you want to clean up a little bit, this is a good time to catch up. And then we're going to start putting everything together. So 5 minutes, 400 degrees, cookie sheet or directly on the rack if that makes you feel comfortable. And then you guys can put away anything left over that you have. Oh, we can do that part. That'll be good. That'll be good. Oven's still heating. Mine just finished heating, like right when I opened it. It's up to you guys if you want to just throw them in there or not. It's not a big deal. It's not one of those things where you're making a cake and it has to be the exact temperature, the cake won't rise kind of thing. You just want hot tortillas. So yeah. And if you want to wait, that's fine too. I really am just loving looking at my corn. It's going to start getting dark on us soon, you guys. Ugh. I'm not looking forward to that. Let me know how you guys are doing out there. Done. Like done in the oven done or done? Out of the oven. We should do another. Well, I'm assuming we're all getting our stuff put in the oven. Is that what done means? Is that it's going in the oven? It's gotta be. It hasn't been. Well, it's been 2 minutes since mine went in. It's close. It's close. Okay. Oh, here's a game for me. Hold on. I-O. In oven? Is that what that means, Jordan? In oven? Did I get it? O for oven. Oh, yeah, Jordan! Me and Jordan like this, right? All right, you guys are so good. I love the codes. Makes me happy. O for oven. For those of us that have corn in a pot sitting in hot water, I'm going to dump my hot water out so that my corn starts to cool off. So I'm actually going to use hot pots. I'll take my pot to so this is just corn on the cob, people. Canned corn people, you're still good. You're still ahead of us. Dump out in a little water bucket. Dump out my corn. Steamy. Move your face away from the steam. Woo! That is some warm corn. So I'm going to put my corn on a cob, on a plate, to let it keep cooling down. I've got 1 minute left on my timer. So you guys should all be we're all within a few minutes of each other, I'm guessing. Remember, when your tortillas come out of the oven, use your tongs, use a hot pad. If if you need to, reach in there so you feel comfortable, or mitts. And you can put them directly onto your dinner plates and they can just hang out. Or if you want to get like a tray, if you want to put them all together, that's fine too, depending on your counter space, whatever works. I'm going to put mine on my dinner plates. Okay. And my corn's cooling off. So when your tortillas come out of the oven and onto a plate, we need a new letter. Put a P for pizza, because it's a Southwest pizza. P for pizza when your tortillas come out. Oh yeah, look at this. Look, they're crunchy. That's so fun. I've never done that before. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Woo! And then you can turn off your oven. So hopefully that didn't heat up your kitchen too much. That is so exciting. I'm gonna put my stuff back in there. I like my kitchen clean while I'm cooking. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Okay, so I'm getting some peas for pizzas. You guys are good. Look at all these peas. Nice. And make sure you turn your oven off because we don't need it anymore. Fun. Fun, fun, fun. In oven still. I got you, Mom. I got you now. And if you have not had time yet to take your corn on the cob out of the hot water, please do so. And put it on a plate so it can cool off. Got them out, looking good. Mo, you are good, man. That was a lot. Done with lettuce. Good, Mark. Is your oven on? So you can put your tortillas in there. You probably have a lot of lettuce, friend. Hopefully you got your tortillas in the oven. Okay. We're doing so good. The corn's not done yet, Hermanda? No, it's okay. You can keep it in if it's still cooking. Do you have it boiling? Should be boiling. Mine is steamy, steamy, steamy. Okay. Remember, I want peas when your tortillas come out, so I know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. 7 peas, 27 people. So we're not going anywhere till I know. I'm so excited about our little pizza shells. They're so cute. What do you do with canned tomatoes? You can drain them if that's what you got for your tacos. All you gotta do is drain them. We chopped them earlier if you had fresh tomatoes, but canned tomatoes was not on the list. So if you're using that instead of fresh tomatoes, then that's perfect. Tea out. I love that, Jamie. Good job. It's not now because I took 2 out. Oh, but that shouldn't have stopped it from boiling. So do you have 2 done ones, Amanda? If you have 2 done ones, that's all you need. The rest is like leftovers. One of those is for Rye. He's not here today. Pea. Oh, good. I'm like, what's pea mean? That's what I asked for, Jen. Very good. Donnie, I got your pea. I got it earlier. Good job. Good, good. Keep the peas coming. No pressure. Peas or pressure? No. Out of the oven. Good. Make sure you guys turn off your ovens. Corn people, corn on the cob people. Get them out, let them cool. If they're done. I never knew that trick, Mom, about the. I honestly just never cared. PB stands for pinto beans. You don't need those yet. But you're right, we will later. All 4 are half done. Goodness. You may want to take 2 out and cook them later then. And just let those 2 finish. But we are going to cut them off the cob and cook them in a pan. So they are going to keep cooking. So it's up to you, darling. You can just let them sit in there for now and just use tongs later so you don't burn yourself. All right, done with the tortillas. Yay, Mark. Good. Good, good, good. All right, is there anybody that wants me to wait for them? Give me a W if you need me to wait. Otherwise, we're moving on. Okay, why, Donnie? You said you were done. Why do you want me to wait? That's funny, Mom. Maybe, or maybe I just didn't retain it. Donnie, if you're done with your shells, what am I waiting for, friends? P, yay! You guys, I take waiting very seriously. So if they still have 3 more minutes, then why'd you put P twice? Okay. Are your plates ready to put them on too? Okay, well, tea. Well, during those 3 minutes, here's what we're going to do. Guys, you're going to get your pinto beans, your can of beans. And if you still have tortillas in the oven, that's fine. You can do this too. Oh, I gotcha. Okay, cool. Your can of pinto beans. Oh, you guys, okay, so I've been told you want to hear my secrets for when I shop. Let me tell you this secret about pinto beans. Well, any canned beans. Black beans are great. That'll be just fine. Any beans. So I picked up 2 different cans of pinto beans at the store, and I'm super, super freaky about what's in my food because the stuff that's added to our food that we don't know about, that's the stuff that makes you unhealthy and that makes you gain weight you don't want to have and makes you feel sluggish and all that stuff. So this can of pinto beans, and you guys got to read your labels, and not this part. This part's fine. It's really all about the ingredients. So this can of pinto beans, excuse me, pardon me. This can of pinto beans has pinto beans, water, and salt. And salt is not necessarily bad for you. You just don't want a lot of it. But salt helps your body absorb water so you don't get dehydrated. So salt is fine. That's all that's in this one. The other can I had pinto beans, water, oil, salt. It had like 4 other ingredients. And it's like, why do beans need all those ingredients? All of those ingredients are made in a factory and they're not good for you. So it's fine if you have them, you're gonna wash them off. But make sure you read your labels when you shop. That's one of the big secrets, you guys, to eating healthy is like, what in the heck are you eating? What are you eating? And if you don't know what it is, maybe you don't want to eat it, just saying. So we're going to take our can of pinto beans, open it up, and you're going to dump out the water and rinse them. I'm going to use a strainer because it's just easier. Sometimes I try and do these little hacks and it just makes a mess. So you're going to dump your beans. If you want, you can use the can method if you know the can method where you just kind of leave the top in there. I'm not good at it. So I'm just going to dump them in here and rinse off all the sloppy that's in the can and just have some beans. I guess I could do that over here because I have my fancy garbage bowl and you guys can see what I'm doing. Maybe. My garbage bowl might be too big. It worked. Okay. I have a pop top can. Recycle. Very good. Okay, so I'm just going to dump my can. Get all the beans out. And then I'm going to put some water in here to get my loose beans. And I'm going to rinse this. So here we go. I'm going to take all this with me. So you want nice rinsed out beans. So I like to put water in the can and I just pour that over top of the beans. Helps me get all the beans out of the can. If you still have tortillas in the oven, take a break when you need to and get them out. Especially if you have black beans, you want to rinse them because the stuff that sits on black beans is so sticky. So sticky. That was loud. Okay, once your beans are rinsed, we're going to put them into a small mixing bowl. My mixing bowl has figs in it. I'll use a bigger one. I have a fig tree, so I was out picking figs the other day. Okay. Beans. Once your beans are ready, you know what to do. You know what to do. I don't have to tell you, right? You guys know. You know. I'm going to get our ingredients listed on here. There it is. I knew you guys knew to put the B once your beans are ready. Okay. is my new obsession. Just telling you guys a different order. It's working better for my brain. Half. There we go. For those of you watching me, I am writing down what we're going to measure so that the people that are visual have something to look at. But we will go through it together. And Jack will also put it in the chat because she's cool like that. Chickpeas are not the same as pinto beans, but they'll be fine. Just gonna smash them. You can use any kind of beans. You're gonna add seasoning to them anyway, so it'll be good. Okay. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay. How we doing? We got bees. Donnie, your tortillas out of the oven? Yay, good. Okay. Let me check. I think we got a lot of bees, but let me make sure. Bee, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Nice. Good, good, good. Okay, cool. Got the beans out. Mo, does that mean they're rinsed in a bowl? Amanda, how's the corn coming? Beans are done. Good. Okay. All right, friends. I'm going to get out some measuring stuff. Some of you may have done this already because it was on the list. I did not. So we're going to need a half a teaspoon and a quarter cup. Half a teaspoon and a quarter cup. Yay! Good. Okay. So many ties going on. All right, friends. We're going to gather ingredients then. We need cumin, which is like my new favorite seasoning. Cumin. The other one we need, and I don't know how many of you did this. This was optional, not optional, but you had choices. It's all about the Tajin, my friends. If you've never had Tajin, hopefully I sold you on it in my email. This stuff is so good, and it's not spicy, because I know some people, my mother, don't like spicy. It is so flavorful. Not cumin seeds, you want ground cumin. So Tajin, if you don't have Tajin and you didn't want to try it, that's fine. You could also use chili powder or taco seasoning. Either one of those is fine. So we have Tajin, we have cumin, you need salt and pepper. Salt and pepper. That's true, Mom. Except it's so good. This is so good. Okay. And then it was optional, but salsa. And there's two things with the salsa. You can either do what we're going to do now and mix it in, which is what we're going to do. That's what I'm going to do. Or you can use it later as a topping if you don't like a lot of salsa or if you don't want like all the stuff. So I'm going to get my salsa out. This is the best salsa. I found this by accident, but I was so excited about the roasted tomato part. So good. And I'm not a salsa person because I don't like chunks of onion and chunks of peppers, but it's like, it's so good. It's more blended. Oh, And the roasted tomatoes. It is so good. I need to get sponsorships. Frontera, roasted tomato salsa. No? Let's try it. Okay, so what we're going to do is you need a fork. Just a regular old kitchen fork. And we are going to smash our beans. You're just going to take the back of your fork and smash them. It's like refried beans, what will be. So we're smashing, smashing, smashing. And you don't need to get like every single bean, but you want to get most of your beans. I'm going to do this over here, otherwise I predict danger. I predict the catastrophe. So you're just smashing. I like to spin my bowl as I go. Just spinning, spinning, spinning. That way you don't have to chase beans around. They just come to you. Spin and smash, spin and smash. Smells like beans. Okay. Yep. I'm checking. Yeah, there's my beans. It's a mash party. Smash party. You guys see that? To me from here it looks like ground beef. Gross. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up the ingredients. I have them written down here. Jack will also put them in the chat. Do we need that light on? Maybe. Looking a little vampire-y. And we're just going to mix some stuff into our beans. We're not in a hurry. We're not going to leave anyone behind. But I'm just going to put them up here so that when you're ready, you'll have the list. So if you're ready to do this with me, that's great. And if you're not, how's that, Jack? Where's the glare? Can you read it? Maybe? I'll read it out loud. So we're going to start with the cumin. And we're going to do a teaspoon of ground cumin. Cumin, half teaspoon. That's my new thing, is I'm going to say the ingredient first and not the measurement. I'm going to try. So smash party here. Good, I'm sure. I'm sure, Debbie, you have quite the smash party going on. Totally fine. Smash, smash, smash. I don't want you guys to worry that I'm measuring. I'm just going to do this for the people that are ready. So cumin, half teaspoon. Always tap it out. Make sure you get all the goods. And then either Tajin or chipotle or chili powder or taco seasoning, whatever you want to use. I'm going to put in the same half teaspoon. Come on, baby. It's like, it's fresh. Loosen up in here, big guy. Hold on. It's a brand new bottle. It's like, There we go. There we go. We're moving now. We're moving now, Tajin. Okay. Half teaspoon Tajin or chili powder or taco seasoning. This is all going into the beans. This is a bean pate. Okay. You're going to do salt and pepper, and as per usual, what it says is to taste. So that's just your preference. So I'm just going to do a little sprinkle of salt and a little sprinkle of pepper. If you don't want salt and pepper, don't put it. You can always add more on top of your, when you take a bite, if you're like, wow, I wish this had more salt, bring more salt. It's not a thing. And then if you want to, I'm going to put in a 1/4 cup of my delicious Frontera roasted tomato salsa. And I love it. Use a little fork, get out all the roasted tomato goodness. I found it at Safeway. If anyone is like, man, Jen loves her salsa, where'd she get it? Safeway. We do not need this 1/4 cup anymore. So you can put it in the sink. And if you think you're going to want more salsa later, you can leave it out. Maybe I'll leave it out. And then you're going to mix all this in. So that's what we're doing. So if you're still smashing beans, that's fine. We're going to mix. The ingredients are in the chat. They are also on this little whiteboard right here. I'll tell you again also. You're going to do cumin, 1/2 teaspoon. Whatever taco seasoning you have, Tajin, 1/2 teaspoon. Salt and pepper. And if you want to, 1/2 cup of salsa. And you're just making a big mash, a big mess. And when we're done with these, we're going to set them aside. As a reminder, if you're making corn on the cob, make sure it's sitting out to cool off. It should be out by now. Amanda, yours has got to be done by now. And if it's just now finishing, you may want to run it under some cold water, because that will be our next step is corn. So that's it, big pile of mush. And when you're done mixing all this in, you're going to set it aside. Woo, smells good. Dang, that smells good. I'm going to put away all my seasonings. Is that true? Do I need anything? Oh, you're going to need your Tajin. Oh, and you'll want your salt and pepper too. The only thing you don't need is your cumin. Leave everything else out. When you're done with your mashed beans, let's do M. M for mashed beans. Very, very good. Let's see, what is next? We are so good, you guys. Cruising right along. You will also, well, you don't really need measuring spoons for the next part because, like I said, I invented the recipe. If you want it, you can leave it out. I'm putting mine away because I invented the recipe. I don't know how much I use. If you're waiting because you're done with your mashed beans, feel free to rinse out dishes if you have them piling up. If you want to, might as well clean a little so that when we're ready, you'll have less to do later. Right, Andrea? I know Andrea's with me. She likes to clean as she goes too. All right, let me check the M's. Let's see here. Look at all these M's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 M's. Good. Keep them coming, friends. No pressure, just so I know. You guys are awesome. Nice job, Mark. I bet it's really good with black beans. If I was going to make this again, I would probably use black beans myself. That's my preferred. But I thought I'd follow the recipe for once. Okay, we got 11 M's. Okay, this is good. Yay! 12, 13, 14. Awesome, you guys. Yay! Mashed beans. Amanda, you took it to the next level. Good job. B, is that a B or an M? Did you just finish mashing or did you finish, beaning? Or are you done mashing all the ingredients? Nice. Very good. So most of you, I think, are done or very, very close. So what we need now, I'm going to move this. I don't think we need this anymore. You guys are done. If you need something, put it in the chat. Jack will help you or I'll help you. What we're going to do now is get out a frying pan for our corn and zucchini. You might want a biggish one because I don't know about you, but I have a big pile of zucchini. It doesn't have to be gigantic, but on the bigger side. I'm going to use a big one. Now, some of us have corn that we got to deal with. So, I'm thinking, hurts my head. I'm going to put one of these corns away for Ryan. That's my kid. Okay, so for those of us that need to deal with corn, you're going to want probably a plate. That'll be the easiest. Because we're going to cut it off the cob. So, put a C in there if you have to cut corn off the cob. So I know who I'm working with right now, how many people I'm working with. If you have corn, you need to cut off the cob. Good. Amanda. That's right. Duh, we do that one, huh? Who else has corn? They have to cut off the cob. Just Amanda? No. No. There were so many at the beginning who said they had corn. Maybe you guys already did it. You cut yours already. Oh. All right. Well, then me and Amanda are going to do our corn. You ready, Amanda? So, I'm going to use the same knife I had earlier. I'm going to stand this baby up on my plate. If it's hot, use tongs. Mine's nice and cool now. But you're just going to, I like to stand it on the big end, leave the pointy end up. And you're going to just cut down the outside of your corn, close-ish to the cob. If you have resistance, then tip your knife out more, but it'll come off in these little sheets. Makes me laugh. And then you're just going to turn it and go all the way around. It's almost like you're eating. You know, you eat your corn and you eat one row. Well, I don't know. I eat mine down a row and then I turn it. And then I eat the next row. That's how I eat my corn. Is it really just me and Amanda? You cut yours off before cooking it. All right. That works. So then everybody, when I'm done with this, when Amanda and I are done with our corn, everybody should have corn either in a can, but it's all drained out. If it's frozen, it's in the bag. Or you've got your pre-cooked, pre-cut. You guys know how much my chickens are going to love this? Woo! They're going to love it. Put it in the garbage bowl anyways. And we're going to cook. We're going to start assembling. I love corn. This is the best time of year for corn, you guys. And for most Sacramento people, we got Slough House right up the street. They got good corn. All right. Boop. Just me and Amanda? You guys. Okay, we are done with knives. Done, done, done. Okay. Mark, like I said, with the can of tomatoes, if you have a can of tomatoes and not a fresh tomato, then just drain off, open it up, drain off the liquid, and you'll use that to put on top of your tacos or your pizzas. You're not going to do anything with them yet. Unless they're whole and you need to chop them, but I really hope you don't have whole canned tomatoes. If you have cans of whole tomatoes, don't use them. That's just going to be weird. Okay. Amanda, how's your corn? All right, friends, so we need our big giant frying pan, and we need some olive oil. That's what's next. Hot corn done. Good girl. All right. So, with your big frying pan, I'm going to turn it to medium-ish. I'm going to do 6. 6 on my stove, and a bigger middle dash, whatever you've got on your stove. And you're going to sprinkle in a little olive oil. If you want to measure, like 2 tablespoons is fine. I'm just doing a little coating. And let that get warm. Oh, good. So if they're diced, Mark, just go ahead and dump the water off, and you can use them to top your chocolate with. Okay. Let that sit for a minute. I like to toss my oil around. For those of you that don't know, I like to play with my food. Okay. Into this pan is going corn and zucchini. I'm going to do the zucchini first. And we just need like a spatula or a spoon or a scraper, whatever you want to use. I'm going to use this kind of little guy because I like that he's scrapey. So I'm going to put my zucchini in, toss it around with the olive oil. And then I'm going to dump my corn in. Cute little sheets of corn. Okay. I'm going to bust you up, corn. You're going to toss all this around, get it coated with oil. Oh, so good. Now I want like 10 more pieces of corn. If you're using frozen corn and you need a measurement, honestly, you guys, I invented this recipe. Oh, look, that was so funny. I just read your mind, Jordan. That was so good. Yes, there's oil in the pan. I invented this recipe. When I put it on paper, I put 2 cups. If you want a lot of corn, use a lot of corn. If you want a little bit of corn, use a little bit of corn. But I put 2 cups on my recipe that I will hopefully send to you guys soon. That's so funny, Jordan. That's the 2nd time tonight, right there. Okay, so get everything tossed around and then spread it out so it's all, on the bottom of the pan. I'm going to move these dishes. We don't need these anymore. Okay. So what we're going to add to this in a few minutes is our Tajin and our salt and pepper and some lime juice. Woo-hoo-hoo. So if you bought a fresh lime, which I did not, you're going to want to cut it in half from top to bottom. No beans. No beans. Those are sitting on the side. Those are for later. Good question, Gabby. If you have a fresh lime, cut it in half from top to bottom, and then take your half and cut it in half again, or even like 3 so you have wedgies, like the little squeezy wedgies. But I'm going to get my bottled lime juice. Big, gigantic jug of lime juice. You think that's enough lime juice? I wonder how many limes went in here. I put my stove on medium, Mark, so it's like at 6. If you have numbers are a little above medium, medium high. So a little oil in the pan, little corn, or all the corn, and the zucchini. Just give it a stir every now and again. For supporters, parents, care providers, whoever's in the house, I love pictures, you guys. And I love pictures of you cooking. So like, whatever. I do love to see your food, but I also have the food, so I mostly want to see you. Woo! So we're basically cooking, so corn is corn, right? What did you put? Oh, put the zucchini and the corn, yes. So here, let me show you. Zucchini and corn. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. What were we going to say? Oh, corn. Even if you have frozen corn, canned corn, the corn we cooked, your corn is cooked. You're just heating it through right now. Your zucchini is what we're cooking. So we're just kind of watching our zucchini and letting it get soft. And this is one of those things where it's personal preference. I like mine to get little brown edges because I like it like that. But some people might want it like a little more crunch to it, or they just want it soft. So maybe get out a fork. I'm going to get out a fork. We can test our zucchini. And if you feel like it's getting close, just stab a piece. If you like the way it feels on your fork, then you're good. If you want it softer, keep cooking. But what we're all going to do in a minute is we're going to add our seasoning. So, you're either going to want your Tajin. I really hope some of you got Tajin, you guys. If you got Tajin, put a T. I want to know you got Tajin. So good. Or you can use taco seasoning, or you can use chili pepper. It's fine. Chili powder, I mean. Yay! Yay, you guys got Tajin. 2 people did. So good. Oh, it's so good. You won't regret it. And then salt and pepper. Only 2 Tajins in the house? Really? Okay. All right, friends. So mine is starting to it's getting good. So for the Tajin and the salt and, oh, you have chili lime. That is so good too. It's basically the same. So good. Good, good, good. All right. So for the Tajin or the chili lime or the chili powder or the taco seasoning, you guys, you're just going to put what looks good to you. I'm going to put a nice little sprinkling. If you want to measure, I would probably do like 2 tablespoons. But I'm just going to sprinkle it on here. I'll show you how much I put. You can always add more, but you can't take it off. That's what I put. Can you see that? A little bit. And then you're going to put some salt and pepper. To taste, remember, you can always add more. I'm just doing a little sprinkling. And a little sprinkling. I'm going to give that a mix around. Oh, it's so good. I'm telling you guys, my bunco people, I was totally going crazy about my dinner. It was so good. Oh, Rolly was there. Steven, some of you were there. And I was just really enjoying my dinner. This is what I was eating. Okay, the last thing is the lime juice. If you have fresh lime, I would squeeze like 2 wedgies or half a lime maybe. If you have bottled lime juice or the little squirty plastic lime. Good, Hermanda, nice. I'm just going to do like a capful. You put like a tablespoon. Ooh, that gave it a sizzle. You don't want a ton of lime juice, but it's a fun little add. Ooh, we are getting steamy, steamy. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. This is creative cooking, my friends, which I don't do very often. So for those of you that got Tajin for the first time, or, yeah, I would still use the lime juice if you have taco seasoning, yeah, for sure. I mean, this has lime in it, and I still put more lime. It's good. The taco seasoning does not have lime in it, so you want it. So if you've never had Tajin, or if you bought it and you don't know what you're gonna do with it, now you have this bottle of Tajin. Honestly, just like on veggies, so good. Like on rice with like, put a little lime juice and some oil on some rice. Woo-hoo. Good, Mama. It's looking good. Good. So it's just good. You can put it on chicken. Oh, you know what else it's so good on is fish. It's so good on like white fish. Oh, so good. Make fish tacos, shrimp tacos. Oh, so good. Have I convinced you yet to try it? You can put all this stuff away, friends. If you have lime juice, you can leave it out to put a sprinkle or a squirt on your tacos when you're done. So I'm just going to leave mine here. So you're cooking this until you like how soft your zucchinis are. I should, right? I should totally do a commercial. How much lime juice? Lime juice, I did about a tablespoon. I did a cap of my bottle. And the taco seasoning, maybe about 2 tablespoons. But I just sprinkled until I like the look of it. This is why I can't write a cookbook. And then you're just going to check your zucchinis. Mine are getting soft. But it's nice to have the seasoning cook into it while it's finishing. Yeah, baby. Delicious. So good. We only have one more thing to do before we put everything together. Put on fruit. Oh, yeah. Hermanda and her chili mango. If you're one of those people that like those chili mangoes, Hermanda, do not put the beans in there. Do not. Eric, it is like elote. That's exactly how this started. Okay, hold on. I'll come back to that. The chili mango thing, but Hermanda likes it. And some of you might like those chili, like, what am I trying to say? Chili mango. Just get a mango and sprinkle that tahini on there. But Eric, okay, elote, you guys. If you don't know what elote is, it's like Mexican street corn and it's so good. So this is kind of our healthy version of elote. That's why I made it last week because I really wanted elote. But they use mayonnaise, which it's delicious. But I didn't want to eat it, and I didn't put it in this. If you guys want to slap in some mayonnaise, you can. It's delicious. It sounds weird, but it's delicious. You would do like maybe 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise. It like melts and makes a coating. It's delicious. But then also, I put on the shopping list that it was optional to do Parmesan cheese. And that's what that's for, is elote. They take the corn, they roll it, they brush it with mayonnaise and lime juice, and then they sprinkle tahini and Parmesan cheese. Dang, 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 it's so good. So when you guys like what you have created here, you're just going to turn off your burner and put the pan to the back. Do not put your beans in here. The beans are for the tacos. This is your side dish. If you have the Parmesan cheese, you don't need to put it on now. I just put it on when you serve it. Woo! So when you're done with your corn and zucchini, why don't you do a CZ, corn, zucchini, CZ. Oh my gosh. And oh my God, it smells so good. I'm so excited. If you need more seasoning, you can always add more seasoning. Oh, this is gorgeous, you guys. I just have to show you. I wish I had smell-o-vision. Look at that. And I'm telling you, if you want to try elote, you can mix in some mayonnaise if you want to get crazy. Eric, I know you're thinking about it. Oh, I just dropped corn. No! Get back. Bummer. Okay, let me check my zucchini. I think we're good. We're good. Burner off. Going to the back. CZ for me. We are almost done, friends. Yay! Mango chili, I know, Hermanda, I'll never forget the mango chili lollipops. They're probably really good. I love mangoes and I love this Tajin stuff. It's something about it. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It says cuz. That's just fun. But I think that was a mistake to put the U in there. But I love that it says cuz. Good, good, good. Yay! We are almost done. I'm almost done. Good, good. Yay! It's gonna be so good, you guys. I'm like mouth watering. I can't wait. Okay, CZ when you're done. Katina, how can you be hot and sweaty? Oh, I just have like bare arms, so maybe I'm okay. I feel pretty good tonight. Doesn't feel too crazy. Cindy, if you have a question, put in the chat, babe. I can't do anything with the hand up. I don't know what the heck it means. Well, I do know what it means, but we can't do it. CZ! Yay! Oh, maybe that's where you were headed. Good. Yay! Good, good, good. Couple more CZs. We'll do our last work. The next thing, what we're going to need, since some of you are done, oh good, a lot of you are done. You're going to need a tablespoon, a small hole, and your avocado. You guys, I totally lied. We still need a knife. I'm so sorry. You don't need a crazy knife, just a little knife. Do not put the beans in the pan. The pan is corn and zucchini and seasoning. That's it. Salt, pepper, and whatever taco seasoning you're using. The beans are right here. The corn is a side dish, and the beans are for your tacos or your pizzas. Tostadas. I need this like pizza. Okay, so tablespoon, avocado, bowl, small bowl. And this is where we're going to use our milk. I have almond milk because that's me. Oh, my fridge. Oh, man. I'll be a minute. Goodness gracious. Okay. So milk, avocado, bowl, knife, tablespoon, and actually 2 more things, a fork and a spoon. Oh, I have a fork for my zucchini. I'm going to use this one, rinse it off. No reason to dirty every fork in the house. And a spoon. Just a regular little baby spoon. Okay, I think most of us are done, so we're going to move on. We're going to make our avocado, it's like a drizzle. So you're going to take your avocado and you're going to cut it in half. What you're going to do is lay it down on the counter or your cutting board. You're going to go top to bottom. My avocado is really hard. Hold on. This one's softer. Okay, top to bottom. Get the knife in there. You're going to saw it in. And when there's a pit in there. So you'll get to the pit. And you stop right there. And now you're just going to roll your avocado. Just roll it. Keep the knife in there and just roll it all the way around the pit. And mine just fell right open. So you just need half. Unless you love avocado, which I do. Do I want to use the whole thing? No, that's ridiculous. Okay, so just half. So again, you're going to roll the avocado around the knife. And then with your spoon, you're going to clean out your half of the avocado. And you just kind of stick the spoon in next to the skin and spin it. Spin, 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 and let the edge of the spoon kind of cut the avocado away from the skin. Did you see that? It just popped right out. And plop that in your bowl. Throw away your skin. Now you don't need the knife and spoon anymore. Well, you might want the spoon to drizzle. I'll keep the spoon. So you don't need the knife, so you can get it out of your way so you can be safe. Throw it in the sink. Okay. Then you're going to do 3 tablespoons of milk in with the avocado. Jack, you want to put that in the chat for me? Half an avocado, 3 tablespoons milk. That's it. I cannot open my milk. My fingers are wet. There we go. There we go. We're getting it. And then you're going to mash. 1, 2, 3. You won't need this again. Tablespoon away. Milk away. Oh. And then you're going to take your fork, and I'm going to turn my avocado upside down. I'm going to put the round side up. It'll make it easier to mash. And you're just going to mash it. Mix it with the milk and mash it. It's like swimming in the milk. Stay. Stay, avocado. You don't want to be aggressive. You'll make a mess. Just give a little smash. Once you get the avocado started, it'll get easier. There we go. There we go. I got most of it mashed. Now I can just mix in the milk. Yum! So here's what's happening for me. Just some mash. Looks like green oatmeal. And when you're done, we just put it to the side. You guys, this is it. Done. When you're done, give me an A. A for avocado. Woo! We don't need tongs anymore. These are going in. Actually, all I did was touch dry tortillas, so. Look at all these A's. Good, good, good. Yay! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice. Yay, good, good, good. 6, 7. Perfect. I got almond milk on my cutting board. Good, good. Keep mashing in there. Mash away. Mash away, mash away. There's another one. Yay! Guys, it's almost dinner time. Dinner, dinner, dinner. Oh, I'm going to put away my other half of my avocado. You want to put it in like an airtight container or a sealed baggie. Still smashing, no problem, Momo. To reduce the brown, because it'll turn brown. Going to be a minute. Okay, that's fine. The next part, honestly, Hermanda, you can't do yet because you don't have your tortillas yet. So you just listen anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good, good. Good. 10. I have a cat sitting behind my computer, just like grooming himself, and he's holding his tail like a little precious. It's really cute. Smash, smash, smash. Smash. I got lucky, I guess. I had a smashy avocado. I'm so excited about dinner. Remember, when you're done, throw in an A. You think you're done. Good. Yeah, I mean, it's just how you like it. Mine's pretty smushed. I mean, it can be chunky. Mine's chunky. It's just like creamy chunky, you know? It doesn't have to be like puree. However you like it. That's the beauty of this, you guys. You're the one that's eating it. So make it look how you like. Okay, a couple more A's. If you already put A, you don't have to put it again. I'll get confused. If you haven't put A, let me know. Oh, my goodness. There's another one. Yay! So after this, we have 2 things left, and that's it. One of them is to assemble all the stuff, and the other one is our optional dessert. If you're making, well, it's not even a dessert. It's a drink. It's a frozen lemonade. So if you're doing that, we'll do that in a second. And if you're not, then we will assemble our tacos, and off you can go. It'll be great. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. The other half, Momo, you're just going to put in your fridge. You can eat it tomorrow. Oh, you guys, if you have not made avocado toast in your life before, do yourself a favor and have some avocado toast with breakfast tomorrow. You just take a piece of toast. Take a piece of toast or a piece of bread, make some toast. You smash avocado on it. You don't need butter, just avocado. Smash, smash, smash. And you can either sprinkle salt and pepper. You can sprinkle Tajin. But either way, it is so good. Avocado, even just plain, it is so good. Even better if you have like lovely whole wheat bread. Good, Jason's ready. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna start gathering all the stuff. So, we're gonna bring over our shells. Our beautiful, beautiful shells. I'm gonna move my garbage bowl. We're gonna bring over our lettuce, our tomato. You're leaving your avocado over here. And if you got chicken and you want to do chicken, if you want to add more salsa, if you want to, oh, that's it, Mom. I was going to say it. Everything but the bagel seasoning. Oh, it was so good. You can do flour, Hermanda. Just cook them in the oven. It's fine. There's not really a way to soften an avocado besides smashing it. So if it's not working for you, that's okay. You can cut it in slices and still use it. Chicken, lime juice, whatever. And your beans. Everybody wants the beans. We're ready for the beans. So what we're going to do is, you're making a pizza, a Mexican pizza. So first up is some beans. You're just going to smash a little layer on here of beans. It's like your pizza sauce. Oh, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Smells so good. I'm going to do one all the way through, and then we'll all just work on our stuff, okay? So beans. Then, if you want chicken, if you're doing chicken, you're doing chicken. I'm just going to use my fingers, you guys. I'm going to get very carnivorous. I'm just going to rip out some chicken. Rotisserie chickens are so soft. Literally, it's like falling apart in my hand. So I'm just going to rip this, shred some. Just like pull off little pieces. If you're using the chicken, this is when you do it. Shred it on here. God, it's so, why does it smell so good? Put as much as you want, or as little as you want. If you're not using it, good for you. That's healthy. So some chicken. I'm going to eat a piece. And then your lettuce. You're basically making a pizza taco, you guys. Lettuce or cabbage, whatever you got. Some tomato. Oh, did I put on the list cheese? I don't remember. It's not on the recipe. No, I didn't. If you want sour cream and salsa, you would put that on top too. And then once it's built, if you want to sprinkle lime juice or squeeze lime wedges, that's what you would do. That's what you would do. So, oh, and then the piece de resistance is your avocado yumminess. Mmm. There is no wrong way, you guys. You put it in whatever order you want. You put as much as you want. This is your dinner. So make it like you like. Look at that. Woo! Really, right now, I just want to eat it. So that's what we're going to do, is just finish making your pizzas, your Southwest mini pizzas. Oh my gosh. Looks so good. Some chicken. I'm just like manhandling this chicken. But it's working. There's no reason to make a mess. I mean, there's always a reason to make a mess. There's no reason to make it hard. I'm just going to shred it. For those of you using tostada bowls, just fill it up, right? Oh my gosh, this is good. Oh, my garbage bowl. You could, Hermanda, you honestly, with your flour tortillas, you could just make burritos. Just spread the bean mixture on the tortilla, like right up the middle, make a strip, and pile everything in it, and roll it up. You'll have a burrito. It'll be delicious. Or you can cook your flour tortillas in the oven for 5 minutes. You can even warm them up in a pan, like just a dry pan, no oil, dry pan. Put it on there like medium, then flip it over to the other side. It'll get crispy. Or you can make burritos. That sounds so good. There's so many ways, you guys. So many ways. Boy, do I have tomatoes. My goodness, moly. If you have cheese in your house and you want cheese, go for it. I'm so excited for this avocado stuff. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, what I want to know, if you have a clean hand, or when you have a clean hand, or if you have someone helping you, is I want to know who is making the frozen lemonade with me. So put an F for frozen. It will only take us less than 5 minutes. We're dumping a bunch of stuff in a blender and we're turning it on. And that'll be all it is. So let me know if you're making, when you have a clean hand. I'm a mess. Let me know. How's it coming in there, you guys? Oh, good. You guys are making it. I wouldn't do mozzarella. That might be weird. It's very Italian. This is very Mexican. I would leave it off. You don't need it. It's not that good for you anyway. This is a nice healthy din-din. Okay, so we got 2 people making dessert. That's good. I decided to batch it and do beans. Oh, good. Oh, there's more. Good. Fun, fun, fun. Good. You guys, every single time I put chicken on my little pizzas, I have to eat some. Is anybody else doing that? That. Come back here, garbage bowl. If you're not making dessert, no, the corn and the zucchini, that's what I was just going to tell you. You read my mind. If you're not making dessert, the corn and the zucchini are your side dish. You're just going to plop them on your plate. If you want to, sprinkle a little Parmesan cheese on there, or just eat it like it is. Woo! That's so good. Okay. Chicken skin is like my weakness. You're done? Good, Britt. Enjoy your dinner. Yeah, the avocado is your topping. And like Hermanda, if your avocado is too hard to smash, just cut it, slice it on top, or put it in your burrito. You know what I mean? You're welcome, Gabby. Enjoy your dinner. Dessert, people. We are going to do that in just a second. And for my dessert people, what I want to do is just make it. And if you're not done with your tacos, you can just go back to it. Okay, but that way we don't have to waste any time. We'll just do it and then come back. Oh, it's chicken. My God. All right, get out of here, chicken. I'll wash my fingers. Hey guys, we did it under 2 hours. We did it, we did it. Remember, we're going to start a little bit earlier next month. The calendar, we're mailing the calendar tomorrow. So you'll get it email and mail. Whatever your sign up is. Okay. Oh, these look so good. Okay, cabbage. My cabbage is gigantic. It's making me laugh. Okay, some tomatoes. Yes, yes, yes. Avocado. This avocado stuff. Why? Why have I never made this before? It's so good. Okay, and then I'm going to put some salsa because I want to. Because I love you, Frontera, roasted tomato salsa. And I'm going to do a little more lime juice because yum. Okay. This is how we do it, friends. We just wing it. And it's great. If anyone else is with me in this big land of lime juice, well, Hermanda, you could take the avocado out of the milk and slice it. It'll be fine. It'll just be like a little soggy, but who cares? Sprinkling, sprinkling lime juice out of my cap. Okay. All right, dessert people. I'm going to clean up just a tiny bit, and then we're going to do it, okay? So get your fingers washed. Clean an area for yourself. my visual people, let me put this on this plate so you can see what dinner, oh my gosh, is going to be. Yes, there's dinner. Oh my God. I'm so excited. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Delish. So, it almost looks like a happy face. Okay, dessert people. Let me go look through my F's and see who's joining me. We got Hermanda, Mikey, Nikki, Katina, and the Shandy ladies, and Amber. Good. Okay, cool. If anybody else is making dessert with me and you didn't let me know now. Give me an F. But we're going to get ready. Everybody else? Tommy, good. Everybody else, eat your din-din. Send me pictures, email, text, Facebook, whatever. Enjoy. I hope it's delicious. Feel free to watch us make dessert. I'm sure it'll be fascinating. What we're going to need is our blender. I'm going to go get my blender. What's it called? Like the jar, the container, the pitcher. We're going to just put everything right in here. Okay. We're going to need frozen pineapple, lemonade, and coconut milk. I also put on here that you can use strawberries if you want, which I think I'm going to do because that just sounds good. Bye, Mark. Enjoy your dinner. So, pineapple, lemonade, coconut milk. I got strawberries too. Oh wait, what am I doing? That is not, I almost grabbed mustard. No. Ooh. Okay. I'm going to be doing a little adaptation because I don't drink lemonade. But I'm going to tell you the measurements and then I'm going to wing mine. You're welcome, Jason. Enjoy your dinner. Okay. Pineapple. Okay. Jack, be ready. This is really easy, you guys. It's going to be great. Right in the blender. On. Done. Okay. You're going to need a 1 cup measuring cup. Bye, Sav. Enjoy your dinner. We'll see you soon. 1 cup measuring cup and a 1/2 cup measuring cup. That's it. I'm going to get a knife to stir my can. And you may need a can opener. My can's already open. Okay. Thanks, Jack. Yay. All right, friends. Easy breezy. And this is another one of those things where you can add a little more, a little less. This is basically a smoothie, which I make smoothies every single day, and I have no idea what I'm putting them in. Just put it in. So we're going to follow the recipe kind of, and then you guys are just going to go. It's going to be great. So you want a cup of pineapple. If it's in a can, you can use the juice if you want, but it's really, really sweet. So it's up to you. Cup of pineapple. I'm also going to use strawberries because I want to. but I just think that sounds pretty darn good. So I'm going to throw in some strawberries. I'm just going to put some in. I'm not going to measure. Oh, there's like 4 in this bag. Never mind. I'm not keeping 4 in the bag. Okay. Strawberries, pineapple. Next up is your lemonade. I'm not using lemonade, but you want 1 cup of lemonade. I'm going to use some almond milk. Why not? And then I'm going to just add some lemon juice. And it's going to be great. You can also just do water. You could totally just use water and put some lemon juice if you have it. You don't even need it. I'm just going to put it because I have it. Why not? Just a little bit. There we go. Okay. 1 cup lemonade. Next up is your coconut milk, which usually comes in a can. So you're going to want to open your can, and you always want to stir because coconut milk like kind of separates a little bit. So you want to stir it. Or you could shake the heck out of it before you open it. And you're going to do a 1/2 cup of coconut milk. Half a cup coconut milk. Tina, we were talking about ways to use coconut milk. Here it is. Done with your measuring cups in the sink. I make my son a smoothie every day. It's like coconut milk and pineapple and some spinach. Sometimes I sneak in a zucchini. Okay, so this is it, friends. Pineapple, lemonade, coconut milk, and then we're gonna blend it. Now here's what happens with smoothies. This is supposed to be kind of thick because it's like a frozen lemonade. So when you're done blending it, if it's too runny, I would add some ice. If when you're blending it, it gets way too thick, mine might get thick because I put the strawberries in, just add a little bit more lemonade, a little more water. You may want to taste it, like with a spoon or a straw, just like stick it in the blender and taste it. And make sure you like the mix, right? Like maybe it needs more lemon or maybe it needs more pineapple. You can always add some more. Do what you want here. So, blender. I have a very loud blender, so I apologize. Here we go. Hold on. Mine got too thick. You want to see what too thick looks like? Too thick. So I'm just going to throw some water in here. It's because I put those strawberries in. Here we go again. And you want to blend, I didn't tell you that. You want to blend on high or liquefy. Mine has a smoothie setting. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. You see that? I'm going to taste it with a straw. See if I like how it tastes. Oh, that is so good. Who needs a glass? I'm just going to drink it. You're welcome, Janie. Oh, that is so good. That's it, friends. That's it for our dinner. We did pretty good. I feel like that was a nice night. Not too much stress, hopefully. Hopefully it went good for you in your house. I always want to know. So please tell me. It's a little sweet. Yeah. You can put some milk in, Mama. That'll take some of the sweet out. If you want to put a little milk in there. Yeah. I was worried about that a little bit with the lemonade. So yeah, put some milk in and maybe a couple ice cubes so it stays nice and thick. Bye, Miss Katina. Enjoy your din din, sissy. Yeah, oh, you're already done, Nikki? I'm so glad it was good. Yay! I'm just like drooling. I'm drooling. So I will get you guys recipes. Right now, the focus is all on getting this calendar out. Actually, there's 3 flyers coming your way. 3? Yeah, 3. Dang. Tomorrow. So then I will hopefully get you recipes. I got to adjust one of them. I always do. I make my little adjustments. You're welcome, Tommy. Enjoy your din din. You guys send me pictures so I can see them. Pineapple. Thanks, Mom. I'm going to erase this. All right, you guys, I'm going to hang out in case anyone has questions. But other than that, we get to go eat. Thanks all for coming. I appreciate it. It's fun cooking with you guys. More good. It's better than cooking by myself. Yay, good, Mama. I'm glad. Perfect. Can always fix it, right? Especially when it's in a blender. You just keep adding stuff. All right, friends. Well, I hope everything's great. And hopefully we'll see everybody in the next couple of days. We got a lot going on. So hopefully we'll see you guys all soon.